Man.
Because you know
Kurt,
somebody got to eat that burnt chicken.
Kurt, take this question.
Okay.
Take this first. You think we'll ever get back to some normalcy in the comedy world after Cat Williams then went on a rampage and exposed everybody, and it's like the tell on everybody time? You think we'll get back to some normalcy, or is the cat out the bag?
No, I think you should. You should get back to normalcy because what he did was maybe expose something that people hadn't really exposed. You know, as far as the comedy genre,
they hadn't.
The comedy genre. They didn't know the genre of comedy had the same shit rap got. They didn't know people be beefing and accusing each other of stealing and saying you know the gatekeeper and all that old shit. Nobody knew that. So, but it's got to return to normal because it was what was happening before Cat said anything that made it what it was. So now what you got to do, come out with an after Cat comedy?
Yeah. It's
now, you a pro. Do you have your after Cat comedy set going now? Or is you going to do what you know works, Stephen G?
Yeah.
Room Ripper.
I don't.
And that's how it should be all the way around.
About that trend. What do you think, Jason? Same question. You think we'll get back to some normalcy, or is it like crazy now and never going back?
No, absolutely. It'll be normal before you know it, man. Nobody cares. Nobody cares anything about it. People still watch Cedric's Neighbors the next day. They still tuned in to Family Feud, loving Steve Harvey. They still love Kevin Hart. And they still dislike Cat Williams. Not black people, but just the people that hated Cat Williams still dislikes him. So I feel like nothing really changed. It just put it out there to some of us who didn't know. Like, oh, shit, I didn't realize Cedric took that joke. 'Cause I love that joke when Cedric did it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I didn't see Cat do it before, but then again, I really wasn't even hip to Cat until he put out Pimp Chronicles and my cousin showed it to me. And it's like, oh, that's off the chain.
Doubt.
So, no, I think people forget about it soon enough, and they'll still love all the comedians he called out.
Hey, I thought it was they trying to say it was, a big, because he had a tour coming up. And he wanted to be really on the internet.
Well, of course. I mean, that's the reason for the timing of going on the Shay show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Podcast. But, yeah, of course.
Get your name trending.
That was perfect timing.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is smart.
And I heard other comedians say it was a good time for that because now everybody's tipping out trying to follow up and see, well, okay, what's happening?
Yeah. Well, Corey Holcomb sent me $750, so.
Hey,
I can't say anything. Wait, Shout out to my man, Corey Holcomb.
Sent you $750.
Yeah, he did.
Wait, $750?
Yeah.
That's 500 plus interest.
for the joke?
Yeah, for the joke. He sent me $750.
I'd be like, bro, give me more than $750, man.
Yeah, I think, but he wants me to open up for him a couple of dates. So.
Okay.
There it is.
I got to send him a tape. He said he need to see me. Like, I know you're still funny, but I still need to see you because I haven't saw you in a while. So I'm going to shoot him something, you know, and see where we go from there. But, yeah.
And what I thought that was a good move by Corey Holcomb. So he could bring the normalcy to everything that they had blew up. You know, Corey Holcomb said, man, we all kind of do it. There's a brother out of Columbus, Stephen G. I stole his joke and blah, 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 blah. I think that was, when you're out in the wind and your skirt blow up and you ain't got on no panties.
There's a few other ones that should call in, too, and say what they stole from each other. But he's not by himself. He's not alone.
Yeah,
I won't mention no other names, but he's not alone.
But that was a cool deal because you seen the craziness Cat brought it, and then you see the normalcy where a comedian admitted and said, yeah, it goes on.
It does.
He gave you your props. You got $750 out of it. You may get a couple shows out of it.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why it's going back to what? Normalcy.
Yeah.
I think, brothers should be a little more tighter out there on that chitlin circuit.
I think we should, man. I mean,
because
when we came up, it was like we were all we took it seriously. Like this was we were like colleagues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're all in this together. Whoever makes it, we're gonna help each other. And it wasn't so oversaturated. It's 1 million comics right here in Ohio, right now. You know what I mean? It wasn't that many.
Yeah.
It was a handful here, a handful in Cleveland, 2 in Toledo, 3 in Dayton. You know what I mean? It was scattered. It was only a few.
And it takes a lot of balls.
30 in Cincinnati now, 30 in Dayton.
200
down here, 200 here.
Yeah.
200 in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but 2-3 comedy shows a night, man. Not even open mics, book shows. Just a lot of.
And see,
it is oversaturated.
It's oversaturated.
And my deal is, like, how do you keep the integrity in such a genre that's been this tight this long?
Yeah.
How do you keep the integrity now that you done let some of the secrets out?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't see nothing wrong. That's just like every move you seen Michael Jordan make. Now, like, nobody could ever make that move again. You can make that move, but add your own thing to it. I don't think it should be looked at as stealing. Sometimes it's flattery. Because Corey Holcomb felt like the funniest shit I heard, I'm going to have to use it.
Yeah.
Stephen G
And it was
had
one of
a
my
joke.
jokes.
Yeah. And he said, that's a sign of flattery to me.
Yeah.
Now,
It is.
I can't take flattery.
In a way, but
in a way.
it isn't in a way.
Yeah, it because it's your original material.
Now, to be flattered by it would be like he would say it was my joke that night that he said it.
Yeah.
Now that would be flattering.
Yeah.
That's still not flattering to me either.
Because he still said it.
Yeah, like because you're saying it's flattering because he's basically doing it because he thinks the joke is so good and that's
so
flattering
funny
to you.
and it's
But it's like if I bring my wife here and you think, oh man, your wife's so beautiful, so you sleep with her.
that
I'm not gonna be like,
flattering?
oh, that's flattering. You slept with her. And if you go, hey, as I'm sleeping with her, hey, by the way, this is Jason's wife. I'm still not flattered. You're telling people it's my wife. You know what I mean? I don't
good
like.
Good shit.
I don't like you taking my stuff either way, man. And then so that's if I write a joke, man, I'll write a joke, and then if somebody's like, hey man, that joke sounds familiar to something else, I don't give a shit because I will never write a joke that I'm listening to somebody and then I'm gonna write a joke like him. Because I feel like that's definitely. But I have no issue. I'm not that guy. I know a lot of people
writing a joke like it.
like, but
verbatim.
Yeah, you can't do the verbatim. I don't think that's cool. If you rewrap it and put yourself into it, it could have the same
I
premise.
don't like that either, though.
I don't either.
Because
But
that's RNSJ does that. Bruce
all the time.
does that all the time.
Yeah.
RNSJ is take your stuff and switch it around a little bit,
Right.
man. And
Yeah, on this.
yeah, good at it.
Yeah.
Good
Well, tell me about this scenario. I'm just barely scratching the surface as far as a stand-up comedian. I've been around the game, but actually taking that and making it my main thing.
Uh-huh.
So my appearance in the lineup is usually going to be early. But I hear the punchline that every comedian on that, after that, brings that back.
Yeah, the callbacks. I hate when somebody.
Let me recall my
usually
own thing.
We're going last, so
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I was featuring, I hated when somebody, especially the headliner,
Yeah.
you're gonna come up and call back on my stuff that I just did.
Bruh.
Man, I'm ready to fight outside.
yeah?
I had
Like, don't do that, man.
I had 3 comedians do that.
So and so, what he said about the
Yeah.
so and so. Man, come on, man.
Well, if my punchline got the biggest laugh of the night, and then the next comedian comes on, and then
And tag it.
he piggybacked it all the way.
Yeah.
See,
3
I
of
don't mind that. I
3 of 'em.
opened for Josh Blue, and I did a joke about my cousin being a cop. And then when he went up there and he did a joke, he brought back that my cousin came as a cop instead of the normal cop coming. He was like,
Yeah.
it was Jason's. And that didn't bother me back then because I was hoping now that was flattering to me. And I was like,
Right.
oh, that's slick.
That was slick.
Because I didn't think
yeah.
he was going to go taking it because I didn't think he's going to start going. And then Jason's cousin came and told
Right,
the crowd, like,
right,
say,
right.
I feel like he just did it that one time. Now, if he did
Yeah.
something where I feel like, oh, he's taking my shit for sure, bro, then
Yeah.
I'd be.
But I got a feeling the response I got off that punchline, these dudes is in other places right now
Sure.
doing ding dong.
Believe
you know.
it.
Oh, yeah,
Believe
yeah.
it. Believe it.
Oh yeah, that
Believe
happens.
it.
That happens in Columbus all the time. I swear I did a joke about I just mentioned Life Alert. I swear I heard like 3 Life Alert jokes like within the next 2 weeks where people
Yeah.
are like, oh, I didn't even think about talking about Life Alert. I'll do it this way.
Yeah.
I'm not even doing like him. He called Life Alert when he was with his grandma. I'm gonna do it like this
With my aunt.
Yeah. or I'm just trying to apply for Life Alert at a young age. It's just like they're gonna
Right.
take a different way, but yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. That's crazy though, man. The thievery.
Hey, that's what the young comics watch out for. Watch
I'm
out
glad
for.
they
Watch
said
out
you
for
was
the
coming on the
thieves.
show. I said, I'm pretty sure I can get something out of Jason Banks I could do tomorrow night.
With all this bullshit going on, you guys think comics gonna need security in the future? You think comics gonna need, to,
Yeah. I want it now.
Yeah.
I want it now. I did a very simple joke. Whenever they took, it's an ignorant joke, but I'm half black. I thought they would be cool with it, bro. But I was doing a joke when they had the Black Little Mermaid. I didn't want a Black Little Mermaid. I wanted like a Black Rapunzel.
Yeah.
I want to see that movie with the like, Lakeisha, let down your dark hair, right?
Yeah.
And I would just take off my hat and just drop it like that was the hair, bro. And this girl was mad up front, like to the point I couldn't finish the show, and I couldn't even try to. I was going to try to handle her as a heckler, but I mean, like, you see, like, she almost just wanted to fight me, and I'm thinking to myself, what if she fight me? It's not like she a dude where she come up and start hitting me. I could just sock her. Like, I'm kind of stuck fighting this off, so I'm kind of looking like a security here because she's standing up at this point yelling.
Oh man!
And I want my security now just from her. I didn't have to deal with the real niggas yet. I'm scared already.
Yeah, I want my security now.
Quick
too.
story, Joe Corey.
Joe Corey?
Joe Corey. This was in 2000, maybe 20-something years ago. And Joe Corey opened up for a show I was performing in on the music, right?
Yeah.
And Joe Corey, you know, that's the big designer bags. That's when they first started being big, you know. And he chose some girl standing up front that her bag looked like basically a lunchbox, and it probably got a bomb in it, right? Man, she threw drinks at this dude, glasses. I mean, full-fledged glass at this dude. Messed up, ran about 300 people out of the place before we came on stage to perform.
Man.
She took half the crowd out there because of Joe Corey, and we laughed so hard back in the green room because we was like, you done talked about her purse. He probably thought that was the baddest bag out. He done called it the lunchbox, and he said he probably got a bomb in it.
I don't know how people get so upset, man.
It's a comedy show, bro.
It's a comedy show, man. It really is.
Like my brother that time you was on.
Yeah.
I said, Neil, you know, because everything Stephen G said, it was funny, and Neil would be repeating it. Stephen G would be like, well, you know, lady was down the street, and blah, blah, blah. Then Neil be like, the lady down the street. And I said, Neil, quit doing that.
Yeah, he repeated what I said.
But you already know how security is, though. Hey, some of these clubs have that good security, though, man. Like, you do Miami Improv. I can think of San Antonio Laugh Out Loud. That security come get you from the green room, walk you up to the stage, get you when you get off stage, bro. They sit there for pictures. Then you have other clubs where you're like, who's security?
Right, you don't even see
the manager be like a 30-year-old white girl. She's like, it's just me today.
Yeah, it's me.
Well, we need to fight some niggas outside, so you need to roll with me today.
Right, get your knife out the kitchen. Let's go outside.
And that's the reality of doing stand-up, because you can't really go off on, you know, some comedians, that's their thing, going off on the crowd.
A tangent on the crowd.
Yeah, they got 8-9 minutes of material.
I've seen DL run into trouble because, you know, the last part of his set,
he does that.
Rip on the crowd, and I've seen him get into trouble before.
I bet you.
You know.
Because you got ignorant-ass people in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised he does it at the end, man. I do it as well, but I always stop about 15 minutes in just to because I used to have the issue where people want to talk to me when I got on stage, so I would stop about 15 minutes in and do about 5 to 10 minutes of crowd work until I felt like we were done with it, then go back to the set. I could only imagine doing it at the end of the set. Like, you do all your big stuff, get your big laugh, and then you just want to end with a little bit of. But then his big laughs were his crowd work, though.
Yeah,
he was killing it.
And that's what some people do. That's what they depend on, their crowd work.
Yep, and he ran into trouble a few times.
Oh, because DL get down on the crowd.
Well, they had to come and get DL. And DL ain't no punk; he can fight, but you know, they had to come and get him. Like, come on, man, don't even wrestle with him no more.
Yeah.
You know? It's fruitless. Like,
you
did your thing.
You know, I don't know, man. That's a touchy situation.
Lost him. After killing now, that lost. That and I know as a comic, he felt like he lost. Yeah. You know, it's either win or lose.
Oh, when they they're arguing with him on stage while he's doing it too? Yeah. You always feel like you lost when that happens.
Because as a comedian, even if you capping on the crowd, you want them to enjoy it just as much and no feedback.
Sure.
So I'm going to ask real quick, because what little comedy I've done on stage, I don't do the audience thing real good. I don't do that.
You mess with the crowd?
I talk about myself before I mess. I mean, now if somebody's sticking out, you got to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't do that. But there's a lot of cats that do.
I feel like I got so much to say, I don't mess with the audience.
You don't have to.
Yeah. I feel like I got so much to say. I got to get these jokes in.
I've seen guys maybe have 6-7 minutes of material, and they be looking.
Mm-hmm.
Looking
for something to say.
Get me through the rest of my 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Some cats is known for
prepared. when you're not prepared.
Yeah.
The New York comics, I'd hate to say this about them, but all of them were like that.
Right.
They would start bombing, and then if the crowd starts saying something, all of them could riff though, and they'll start riffing, and then they'll win because they can riff.
Yeah, that's their deal.
But their
they
material,
yeah,
sucking,
weak. Yeah,
weak.
See, that's what I see from it.
Material was weak, but they could riff though.
I know some cats that's what they want to do.
Yeah, they want to riff. Yeah,
they want to talk about everybody. They want to get to that part so bad. But, if a cat rushes the stage, you better have your mess together.
I know that's right.
Well, we're going to have security tomorrow night.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Jason, you think a comic can make it without doing open mic? Or how would they go about that? Like, just starting out, like, do you think you can make it without open mic? Because there's some comics out here that do, like, a show a year or,
No, the only
2 shows a year. They won't go to an open mic.
No, man. If you're working enough, you don't have to go to open mic.
If you're working enough.
If you're working like 3 weekends a month, sometimes all 4 weekends a month, then you have time to. That's another reason I kind of riff, man. I'll stop to just riff for like 5-10, and any new joke I wrote will go in that part.
Mm-hmm.
I will find a way to get to that. Like if it's about schools, I'll sit there and talk to somebody what school they went to before I get to my new joke. Then I might work that into my set. Like, okay, that did work. Mm-hmm. But nah. If you're not, you gotta. That's gonna be one of the main things. Is just staying on stage consistently if you're gonna make it, man. You gotta find your voice, all types of stuff. There's no way.
You gotta get comfortable.
Yeah.
You gotta get comfortable.
And I've seen the big guys say, you know what, I'm going to go back and start doing the clubs. Mm-hmm. They selling out arenas and theaters and stuff, and then they say, you know what, I'm going back to the essence. I'm going back to do the clubs, intimately, and a lot of them, we ain't seen you in 5, 6, 7 years. Well, I'm announcing my tour, and I'm going to go back out and do the little clubs first.
They're the ones that have heart, because it takes a lot of heart to, when you're a mega star, to go back out there like, say, Eddie Murphy, and then the regular people are out there judging you like, that joke wasn't so. You know what I mean? And you're this mega, you're like, I don't want to deal with the people like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm getting all my money up front anyway.
But I'd rather do that. I'd rather do the club anyway, man. Those theaters, that's a different story, man.
It is. I'd rather do the club because it's more intimate.
It's more intimate. Plus, in the theater, most of the time, people aren't even drinking in the theater, so you just have a completely sober crowd. Not that that's really necessary, but it's always cool if they're a little bit drunk. And then also for the theater, you got to pay for all that, man. So you pay for the theater, man. You pay for everybody that's ushering people in. You pay for the police. You pay for the ambulance. Yeah. You gotta have all that stuff there, and you gotta pay for every single thing.
Be bonded, insured,
so
all
by
that
the time,
stuff.
So it's like you better sell that theater out, or you might roll out just owing $2,500 more for the show. You might be in debt.
I've seen some intermissions supposed to be 15 minutes, like 35. Yeah. Because they trying to get that money, with that drink money out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, when we starting back up? They still out there serving drinks.
See, that's a good question for y'all. So, like the intimacy, because especially if you're more of a physical comedian, like if you're in a big place, people can't see every nuance unless they got one of the big screens up.
Yeah.
See, I'm one of them cats. My joke don't go over unless you can see me do the
I'm emphasize
a face. Yeah. But you can't have that all the time in some of these places.
Because the stage is this big.
Yeah.
You're standing right here and you're about to do stand up.
Yeah, like
tonight.
Dude, that was okay, but it was funny because the face he made when he said it.
Yeah.
At the attic, you're not moving anywhere. It's very little.
Yeah.
The stage is this big.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna do stand up that night.
Yeah, but I'm talking about even facially. My stuff go over a little bit better when you can see my dumbass face I make with it too. Emphasizing.
I feel you. And then to be a physical comic, it's better in the club. The theater, because you can only see like 3 or 4 rows back.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
can't even see everybody.
Yeah. Unless you got one of them big screens behind you, you can't see. Who can I think of that's really funny just facially? Like Eddie Murphy, man. Like I only have to know what his movie's about. Within 2 minutes, all I got to do is see his face a couple times, man. I'm already dying. Because, he's tuning up. He's doing his little looks, and he's setting up everything he does just by his facial
That's Jim Carrey.
Yeah, Jim Carrey
the
too.
best physical comic.
Yeah,
Probably
period.
Ever, you know what I mean? Period.
Yeah.
No one could touch him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
and
a
for the
trip.
black side, it'd be Martin Lawrence. Martin as a physical comic, like Martin never cracked me up like with his stand up. Like he's never been very clever to me.
It's
You know what I
everything
mean?
he puts with it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The physicalness, Martin, you are tops. You cannot be.
Yeah.
No one can hold you.
We talking
Faces,
about
dance.
we talking about like Def Comedy Jam, Martin. 'Cause I can't. I'm just trying to picture him being physical. Like I can't picture him being too physical and like run tell that. I guess run around the stage a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit, but early on, Martin was like the most physical comic.
I know you just mentioned this guy about stealing, but I thought or maybe remixing, I should say. But I thought Arnez J was one of the great physical.
Oh yeah,
He's a great
funny.
physical comic.
He's funny on the physical. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Well, yeah. So
Not too clever with the,
it's what he packages with what he says.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And even in Run Tell That, Martin, like you have those little areas in that stand up show that he did. That ain't as funny as when he started doing his little stuff with it.
Okay, yeah.
You know?
Run Tell That was it. I like that.
Now,
Yeah, it was
now
good.
Dave is funny all the way just from what he says. He's thought provoking and he always got little dumb shit.
Because
to
he's
throw in
smart, and you're
Really?
gonna listen because he's
there.
smart.
Yeah.
And then he's funny too, so he's gonna
Yeah.
hit you with a good punchline. And
Yeah.
You're gonna laugh, but
Yeah.
the main thing, he's smart, and you're gonna
Very.
be listening because of that.
Yeah, you learn something too.
You're gonna learn.
Yeah,
You're gonna learn.
no
believe
doubt,
me.
no doubt.
It's either two types of comics: the funny or the smart, and then the funny and smart. What three types? It's the funny guys all funny, then it's the smart guys all smart, and then it's the funny
Physical.
smart guys.
Yeah.
So, next question. Most clubs welcome karaoke and line dancing and things like that. Why don't they offer stand up? Why aren't a lot of clubs like they'll do karaoke, they'll do line dancing, but they won't have a comedy night.
You know what? I think they do. Once you get 200 comedians in the city like Columbus, and then they say, hey man, if you do a Thursday, you'll get at least 30 comedians in here that will try to get on that stage. All of us will be buying drinks, and the few people that come out to see them will be buying drinks, and then they start them. Yeah. But I think most of those places don't realize how many comedians they would have come out and try to do comedy. I know in karaoke, you think anybody's gonna get drunk and try karaoke.
Right.
I mean, shit, we was just in we did this casino in Uncasville, and Bobby Dawes went up and sang some white song with this white girl. Didn't even know the words to the song, bro. But she took him up there, and he was drunk. He's like, "I'll sing." He went up there, man, and sang his whole ass off. So people will karaoke, bro. But I don't think these bars know how many people will take that mic and do stand up if they gave them a chance.
Right.
Well, this new joint is doing that every 2 Wednesdays of the month. No charge. Come in.
Springfield?
Open mic. Yep. This new place we're
Springfield,
doing
Ohio?
tomorrow night. The one we're doing tomorrow night.
Oh, okay. All right.
They do it 2 Wednesdays out the month. Every other Wednesday. They do open mic, come on up and just do it. So that's a slow night that they know that so-and-so's going to come and 2 or 3 of their buddies going to come to support them and
Sure.
blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
So the smart business-wise, I don't think they're really paying homage to comedy. I think it's what you said it was.
Yeah.
How many people would come in and get, that's just a night you
I
offer something to come in and
I don't
drink.
think they understand that stand-up comedy is the best form of entertainment.
Yeah.
As if you don't have the huge stars, stand-up comedy is the next best thing. For
Yeah.
real, because we kill a little band, we kill that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We kill that
Right.
every time. I've done a set and they got a little local band there and they
Yeah.
like, let the comedian back up.
Yeah.
They sick of the little band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude doing Rick James songs dressed like Prince.
And don't sound nothing like Rick
Like
James.
neither one of them.
Yeah. He sound like Luther Vandross. But
Wait, hey, I want to hear that. I want to hear Luther Vandross doing Prince songs, bro.
Doing Prince.
That sounds good.
that'd be awesome. Both of them could sing.
Yeah, it sounds
Yeah,
good.
that'd be awesome right there.
Fox, Jamie Foxx can do all of that.
Oh yeah.
Now, he's the one that I like in comedy because he mixes it really well with music.
Mm-hmm. All right, now he's the entertainer.
All the way
Should've
around.
been Jamie Foxx the entertainer.
Yeah, it should have been.
That should have been him.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
name should have been that.
Yeah.
Cedric, come on now. You the entertainer, man. What are you doing?
Well, Cedric can dance a little bit,
he
you know.
dance a little bit, I guess.
But he can't touch Jamie.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Singing and piano playing and come on now.
Yeah,
Jamie's
yeah.
the entertainer.
A bad boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like Craig Robinson.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Craig is cold with that little keyboard.
Yeah.
He's cold on it. You know his mom taught at Juilliard?
No.
That's why he's so cold and prolific with that thing.
Yeah.
That's why. I worked with him in Cincinnati, in Kentucky, and these white girls took us after the show. They was like, "You guys come with us. We're taking you to a party, Oktoberfest party, and everything." So we go to the party, and it's a Oktoberfest band there, you know, and they're doing a doom womp womp doom womp womp doom, and each one of these guys they have to be 70 plus years old.
Yeah.
You know, Craig Robinson went out there, grabbed a microphone, and sung every Doom Womp Womp song that they were playing. And they were looking at him like, dude, is this nigga?
Yeah.
They was looking at you. They was still playing, but like
Yeah.
they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I said, man, how you know these damn songs? He said, my mom was a teacher at Juilliard.
Yeah.
You know, and that's how, you know, she knew all this bluegrass and all this old stuff.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
So what about props? Just to throw a question out.
On stage,
Remember, used to be a
props on
lot of
stage?
props. Comedians used to have a lot of props. You know, like there's this girl out now that she come out, she got big breasts, and she'll pull out a glass, some ice, and pour a drink all out of her bra, like props.
Old girl from Detroit. What's her name? Big girl.
Yeah, well, she was funny.
Coco.
Yeah.
Dag, I'm sorry, Coco, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Coco, I'm sorry, baby. You know we know each other. Yeah, Coco did that on Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah, the
a long
props.
time ago. And the props, I don't really work with props. Like,
I mean, there used to be some real talented dude with them props, man.
I mean, you know, I think what you call him word out. What's it? Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
He just
yeah,
had
he beat
200 of them.
Yeah.
His whole show was props.
Was props. I mean, so I think that just killed the prop. Anybody else that was doing 2 or 3, they got mad at Carrot Top. Like, God damn.
He's still doing it, right?
He
has to still be doing those
He
props.
is.
Yo.
Of course he is. Yeah.
He got
I wonder who puts the catchers and the nut scratcher on the baseball bat thing. Who does all this for you, Carrot Top?
He does. He has to do it. It has to be him just thinking like. I mean, there has to be some things where he's like, okay,
Well,
I can't.
He got
this
a
is a
metal
lot.
shop in his damn garage. Or
You
something.
gotta
He's
be making
welding
this
stuff together.
Yeah, I mean, that's his whole deal.
That's crazy.
You know, but I've been considering this. I'll be a physical comic, a little bit more of a physical comic to emphasize what I'm trying to say. But I thought about the props, and I'm like, man, you got to be pretty sharp to implement props.
Yeah, you got to be very smart.
You got to be
Don't
very,
be
because
hacky,
now you're
stupid.
painting a picture with other things.
Yeah, you are. And I tell you who was a genius with the props, and that was he's one of my favorite comics. He played Mrs. Butterworth commercials and everything back in the day.
Sound like your favorite comic didn't make it too far in his career.
No,
this
he's
nigga peeked off at
old
that
white
Butterworth
guy.
commercial.
He's very, very funny. I just can't think of his name off the top of my head.
Old
but
white guy with props.
He would bring out props and he would just kill it.
Wasn't Sam Kinison or nobody like?
No,
was it
he's
Sam?
older, way older.
Red Skelton or somebody.
No, he's on that.
About that?
Yeah, on that. I
What
can't
name did
think
you
of
say?
his name.
Red Skelton. See, I'm 60.
I could look.
You have to call and talk to your parents.
Yeah.
I could picture his face. So
Yeah,
well, but
yeah.
I
I know
I'll
you're talking
I'll
about,
think
though.
of it. I'll think of it.